Please, call the number on your screen. For a single donation of £5, you can help rescue this poor Asian man from a hellscape no man should endure. With your contributions, we can help this misguided fellow win trophies one day. Alright, before you say anything, yes, the title is clickbait. Maybe. Please just let me dream. Escape is the only thing left in my sad life. I genuinely felt hopeless at the beginning of this season for Arsenal because, I mean, who wouldn't? Firstly, we started off the season with not exactly our best players because some of them were out injured. And even then, I felt like maybe we'd fare at least alright. At least we'd give it a try with some of these players. I guess not. I mean, you look at the defensive shape, I guess you really just cannot rely on players like Rob Holding, whoever knew. And then our attacking build-up honestly was worse than last season. I thought last season's was bad. So firstly, I'm just gonna go over quickly the first 3 matches. We had Brentford, right, where we had more than 64% of the possession, and all we could do with the ball is side passes and inshallah. Again, I get that our lineup was significantly weaker, but still. For Chelsea, I have one simple clip that really sums it all up. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Just kill me now. Then there was Manchester City, and in all honesty, I didn't really watch much of this match. Firstly, if you know anything about watching the Premier League as an American viewer, some of the matches can be like at 7:30 in the morning. And listen, right, I consider myself quite the early bird. The issue was, the night prior, I drank quite a bit. And I was really hungover waking up. So yeah, I woke up, already saw that it was 2-0, decided, okay, you know, I'll watch it anyways. After the 3rd goal went in, I went right back to bed. But what else do I have to say, right? It was a 5-0 scoreline, and our back line literally was Kieran Tierney on the left. Then we have Sead Kolasinac as a left center back, Rob Holding in the center, Callum Chambers as our right center back, and then of course Cedric, our right back. Again, do I really need to say anything else? Now, of course, these were the 2 best English sides we could have faced very early on. To expect really anything besides a loss would be kind of delusional. Actually, very delusional. But we were so far out of our elements like I had never seen before. And at this point, I was definitely Arteta out because I really had not seen any change. Our defensive shape looked worse, and of course you can blame that on the fact that, well, we had Ben White out for a match, and also Gabriel didn't play a single match during the 3 stretch. But then there was the attack. The attacking build-up, to be exact, because there was no attack. It just looked awful, and our next match was Norwich, and I genuinely believed we would actually draw against Norwich. So of course now, we have the famous relegation battle between us and Norwich City. And this was a much better performance, probably because we had 2 of our best center backs actually playing. So for once our defense actually looked competent, and our attack looked better. I wouldn't say it really reflects the 30 shots we had because honestly, I still wasn't that convinced. But you know, you can't just look down on a 1-0 win. It was the first win of the season. Burnley was another win. We scrapped this one. I actually made a tweet saying that we draw against Burnley, used a little bit of that reverse psychology, and you know, it worked. The football gods answered my prayers. Again, our defending looked competent, honestly quite outstanding in that match. Odegaard had that beautiful free kick, but again, going back to the attack, I still really wasn't that convinced. And it's really not Arteta's fault here, it's really just the players. The passing and the crossing was off, and also not to mention it felt like the players were overcomplicating some situations. But again, Arsenal actually won a match again, and looked a little bit better, more convincing as we go forward, but again, you know, it's only been 2 matches, one against Norwich and the other being Burnley. And then we had Spurs, and dear God, I was not emotionally ready for this one. And for once, I can actually say that statement and not feel a giant f***ing injection of pain in my veins. That Arsenal performance against Spurs in that first half was easily the best half of football I had seen from that club in years. And here's the thing, right? Spurs looked terrible.
I mean, there's less space on the moon than you see in that midfield for Tottenham.
But I can't exactly just take away credit from Arsenal. They didn't just scrap something out of that match, they completely destroyed Spurs. Smith Rowe was fantastic. A goal and an assist. It was just beautiful to watch. You know, for once, Aubameyang wasn't just not doing anything, he was signing the ting. I'm never saying that again in a million years. And Saka clowning Keane for that third goal, oh, it was just the cherry on top. I was going mental on this bed right here. And you know, I don't want to say anything too crazy here, but you know, the reverse psychology tweet, it worked again, you know? Maybe I should just say we won't win the league, you know? I'll just tweet that. But looking back, right, I didn't see a single bad performance from any player. We got a little lucky at times, you know, the Harry Kane miss, actually I think he missed twice. And yeah, Spurs should have had a penalty in that match. And you know, it just feels like this momentum is still growing, and as we go up against Brighton, who are actually looking really good, I actually have a little bit of hope. But again, like I said before, you know, 3-1 at the Emirates, the energy was insane. It just felt like there was something different about that team that I hadn't seen in a while, and maybe it was just the home fans. But let's just discuss real quick some individual performances over these last 3 matches. So let's just start off with Takehiro Tomiyasu. A good amount of people from either my YouTube or my Twitter know just how excited I was for Takehiro Tomiyasu to Arsenal. Ever since the Fabrizio "Here we go Tomiyasu" tweet, oh, life has just been so nice. I have my Asian biases, and of course, having an Asian at Arsenal, I mean, I was absolutely jubilant. And biases aside, right, I have read about this player, watched this player at Bologna a couple times, and I've seen some really good performances. I didn't think he was going to be this good for us right off the bat. He was pretty much the missing piece for the team, which was a proper right back. And funnily enough, right, this is a Bellerin shirt. I just bought a Tomiyasu shirt, actually, on deadline day, because he signed. I told you guys, if he did sign, I'd immediately buy the shirt. But the way he can shift himself between the center back position and the right back position, his versatility overall is just fantastic. He's won aerial duel after duel. It's been fantastic to see. And he also hasn't been dribbled past. I think. I read something about that. But yeah, you know, you have to go back to the idea that it was Norwich, it was Burnley, and then it was a very underwhelming Spurs. But still, a really good start to his career so far. I told people on my Twitter yesterday that if Tomiyasu was to score a goal, and I really wouldn't doubt if he did, I'd start learning the Japanese language. Yeah, I'll do it. But honestly, man, like jokes aside and everything, it is genuinely amazing to see an Asian doing so well at Arsenal. Like, it really is. Now that I've gone on about Tomiyasu for so long, let me just talk quickly about Emile Smith-Rowe, who also looks fantastic. Pretty much every single match, he's looked good. It's just the fact that those first 3, it didn't seem like he had much help. When this man touches the ball, I always expect something positive. And that's a really good quality. He's only just scored his first goal this season, but if he continues to play like that, oh, there's plenty more to come. Martin Odegaard also is looking much better as of recent, and I'm really glad to see that. If this team is going to challenge for anything, whether that be actually qualifying for European competition, we need Thomas Partey. Ever since he's come back, we've just looked so much better. And it makes sense because he's that reliable outlet and he finds himself in the right position pretty much every single time. Not to mention his passing range is quite impressive. But Thomas Partey has to stay healthy. Otherwise, I just cannot see this team going anywhere. And let's just talk about one more player before I go, and that's Aaron Ramsdale. It takes a lot of courage and a lot of character to join Arsenal and perform like he has been with so much criticism even before he started. Listen, okay? Criticize the club all you want about signings. Don't go after the f***ing player, man. This man was getting unneeded abuse and he didn't even kick a ball yet for us. What the f***? Dude, it is sad that this had to happen, but this man has a very strong will. He's looked pretty good in his first 3 matches. 2 clean sheets, just 1 goal conceded, and of course that fantastic save off a deflected shot. That was beautiful. Easily one of the saves of the Premier League season so far. I never really understood the criticisms of Aaron Ramsdale in terms of his abilities. I could get the idea of why we were paying so much for him, but also it's because of the homegrown talent thing, and of course the selling club is going to use that to their advantage. I mean, why would they not? But like, Aaron Ramsdale has had terrible defense after terrible defense, and he's done a pretty good job. So yeah, I never really understood that, and it's good to see he's finally getting some appreciation. I don't really know how long this lasts. I hope it lasts longer than I think it will. And with Arteta, man, I don't even know at this point. Like, here's the thing, right? If Arteta leaves, that just disrupts everything, and who are we gonna get after that? You think Antonio Conte is coming here? Get out of here. If Arteta continues on this form and improves as a manager, then I mean, like, I'll be happy, right? It's Arsenal doing well for once. But yeah, I won't say anything besides we are winning the league. You know, I usually don't do these videos because I don't exactly want to just be an Arsenal channel. It's fun to do this, at least it shows, you know, a part of me, I guess, but still, I don't want to just be an Arsenal channel. But you know, I'd like to know what you guys think about this type of video and what you think of Arsenal. Actually, don't do that. Well, actually do, because you'll just fill my comments with garbage, and you know, it'll bump me up in the algorithm probably. Special thanks to our patrons, Lewis, Emmett Shea, Dominic Griffin, Joseph Bonfante, and of course, Tomiyasu. If you'd like to join the Patreon, there'll be a link down below and in the annotations above, if I remember to actually put one this time. You can also follow my socials, my Twitter, where I have video updates. Sometimes I'll just couch commentate over Arsenal matches, all those kinds of things. Follow my Instagram if you want, follow my TikTok, trying to get to 2,000, and of course, you can follow my Twitch. But until then, I'll see you guys.